What is up, everyone? It is Wednesday evening, and I haven't recorded in a couple days, except yesterday I got home from work and was like, hey, let's record the first quarter of this final AFL Week 1 game from 65. So I set everything up, and I hooked up the microphone and started recording, and went through about, I don't know, the first quarter. I still got a minute and a half to go in the first quarter here. And I looked down with about 2.5 minutes to go to see how long I'd been recording, and yeah, I never actually pushed record. So that's kind of funny. So today I'm going to go ahead and play the second quarter of this game. Actually, we're going to finish the first quarter, a minute 30 left. Get into the second quarter. We have the Chiefs and Raiders, week 1 AFL. I don't know a lot of players on either of these teams. Like, quarterback Lenny Dawson. I mean, obviously I know him. But other than Otis Taylor, who's actually a 2, which is surprising. He's only 23 years old when this game starts. He just turned 23, so he's probably a rookie. Maybe it's his second year. He's actually a B, so he's a pretty good receiver, but he's still just a 2. Those are the only 2 guys on offense I know. On defense, I know guys like Buck Buchanan, but Bobby Bell, maybe just those 2. Yeah, just those 2. For the Raiders, I mean, I know very little. I know Jim Otto. I know Freddie Bolitnikoff. I don't know their quarterback, Dick Wood. They also have Tom Flores as a backup quarterback. I think Flores started more games this year, but Dick Wood started this game, so that's why I'm playing him. On defense, Dave Grayson. He's a cornerback. He's a 5. He might be the father of Browns 80s linebacker David Grayson, be my guess. Other than that, I really don't know many of these players, so it's kind of interesting playing this game not knowing anyone, whereas in the first 3 games, I knew a bunch of the players. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start. We have a minute 30 left to go in the first quarter. The Raiders scored on like the 3rd play of the game, 76-yard touchdown pass from Dick Wood to Art Bell. Art Powell. Art Bell is somebody completely different. Art Powell. And then since then, it's been a lot of punts, a lot of incomplete passes. A typical 65 game so far for me. And one thing that made me laugh, I'm going to bring this up now if I can here. Let's see. One thing that made me laugh, I was looking at the stats of this game in real life, and the Kansas City passing game with Len Dawson, who's a 4. It was not good. They lost 37-10 to the Raiders. But if you look at their passing, where are we at here? There we go. Len Dawson, 3 of 16 for 35 yards, touchdown interception. Pete Beathard came in, 3 of 11, 26 yards. They were 6 of 27. That is Gabe Perilli there. So Dick Wood, 12 of 25, 196 and 2. And Tom Flores, 1 of 1 for 2 yards. So I'm going to go ahead and play the second quarter. I'm going to do something a little different, though. I got some new subscribers, maybe some new people watching. So I'm going to do kind of a how I play on the first couple of drives. This video might take a little bit longer than normal. We might get to an hour or so. So I'm going to do kind of a how I play. So we'll go through the first 2 drives. Maybe each team gets 1 drive where I talk about how I play. In terms of my setup, I've got Kansas City on this side, including their defensive card. So they're a +3 against the pass and a +4 against the run. I've got quarterbacks, all the quarterbacks. So for Kansas City, I have Dawson and Beathard. For Oakland over here, I think I have Wood, Flores. There's somebody else, I think. Wood, Flores, and Cotton Davidson. So I have all the quarterbacks right there. I put out all the running backs that actually had carries for the season. In this thing, I've got my kick returners and my punt returners here. I've got my kickers and punters here. And then down here, I just put extra, if I have space. Like for the Raiders, you can see they have 4 running backs that ran the ball during the season. So I've got all 4 of them. Clem Daniels, Alan Miller, Roger Hagberg, and Larry Todd right there. The Chiefs, though, they only had 3. They got McClinton, Hill, and Cone. I've got them right here. There's McClinton, Hill, and Cone. I got space here, so I just threw Otis Taylor down there just because I know him. I probably won't have to refer to his card at all, but since I know who he is, I just threw him down there. I made sheets. For those of you who don't know, I make sheets ahead of time. This is for the whole season. So it's going to show the offensive players, the starters. You can see Kansas City's up 37 against the pass, or on the pass and run for an offense. On defense, they're a 40 both ways. I've got my receiver grades, my dice rolls. So if I roll, anything between 11 and 23, it goes to Burford. Mackley Hill is 46 to 52, and so on. I have a video. If you go back a couple weeks, you'll find a video of me actually making these sheets. If you're curious how I did, I think I did it for Minnesota and who were they playing? In Baltimore. I think I did for Minnesota, Baltimore. I think that's who it was. It might have been San Diego and Denver, but I'm not sure. So you can go back and watch that one. I got my running backs carries. This is based on the number of carries they had during the year. I have my sacks right here, and that's based on the QS number for the player. So if you look at a defensive guy, he has a QS2, Ike Lassiter. So then I went in and calculated the dice rolls based on the total number of QSs. Ike Lassiter is on the other team. Ike Lassiter is right here. There he is. He's 21 to 24, and it's based on that QS number. And I did the same thing for interceptions based on their W number. And then I took a look at the run versus pass for each team. So in this case, Oakland is a 53 to 47 pass, where Kansas City is basically 51-49. And I'll use that when calling plays. And we'll get to that in a second because I don't call plays. I don't trust myself. I'm way too biased. I will make the teams that I want to win even subliminally make good calls, and the teams I want to lose, I will make them make bad calls. So everything I do is with dice rolls. So we'll go ahead and start here. The Raiders have it 1st and 10 on their own 22, and this is after a missed field goal. No, this is after Kansas City went for it on 4th. They had 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1, and 4th and 1, and could not gain 1 yard on any of those 3 plays. So the Raiders take over 1st and 10 on their own 22-yard line. The way I do it now is I have a 20-sided die. And again, because the Raiders were 53-47 run versus pass, I'm going to round up to 55-45. And I'm going to say 11 of the dice rolls, 55% of the dice rolls are going to be pass. 9 of them will be run. So 1 through 5 is an inside run. 6 through 9 is an outside run. 10 to 17 will be a short pass. 18 and 19 is long pass. 18 and 19 is medium pass. 20 is long pass. And then I change it up based on the down and distance. Most of the time, I'm going to be in a standard offense, which is what I just rattled off. So we'll start. So we'll go here. And you get a 15. 15 is going to be a short pass. So I have my board over here. I have one of my boards over here. I actually have 2 boards that I play with. Let's find the 31 to 15 short pass play. Should be right here, right there. So I'll set it there. If you want to see it here, I can show it to you. It's set up right there. It's set up on a stand right there for me. So we'll go ahead and go back to dice cam. Sorry, I get dice cam situated. It's a pain. This dice camera, the way I lean it, it's a pain. Okay, so there we go. So dice cam, pretty good. And there we go. That's pretty good. Okay, so that's dice cam. So anyway, I have boards. I also have a board down here. And this is my old book. You can see there are places where it's starting to kind of wear, like right here. So I bought, like you can see, like the punt 4 is out of bounds of the 4-yard line. It's starting to kind of fade a little bit because I use it so much. But I keep using it just for kickoffs and special turnovers and maybe rare plays. I'll use that book. But for the most part, I'll use the book that's over here. This is the newer one. So I rolled a short pass. So now what I do is I roll 4 dice. I got black, orange, blue, and green. And I will take them in order of black, orange, blue, and green. This team on the left always gets black and orange. This team always gets green and blue. And what I do is I read the numbers. So 14, this team's on defense. So 14 is going to go to their pass defensive card. And the reason I have 2 defensive cards for Kansas City is because Oakland, their running back, Clem Daniels, is actually a 5 against the pass and a 4 against the run. So that means they're a 37 pass and a 36 run. So when you look at Kansas City's a 40. So that's a +3 difference on pass and a +4 difference on run. And I'll show you Clem Daniels here. You can see he has a V rating of 5.4. The first number is always pass. So come on. There you go. So 5.4. So that's why I put 5 for pass and 4 for run. So we'll look at the pass. My pass is always on the left. Because the short pass, it's a 14. I'll go with a BG. If we look at 14 under P, you can see BG right there. And who's my receiver? My receiver is 42. That's going to be Freddie Bolitnikoff. He's a B. So we don't move anything. We just stay right at BG. And we'll roll the dice. And for those of you who have been watching for a while, I found my white die. I threw it over the edge that way, and then I just happened to look down today, and it was behind me under my bookshelf back here. You can see my bookshelf. It was under my bookshelf, and I just happened to look down and see it. So I'm very excited by that. All right, so we're going to go BG. And the other thing that I do is I have tabs. I have sticky little tabs. So I move that blue one to BG because I have a goldfish memory. If I look away, I'm going to completely forget what play or what the column is to use. So I put that tab there, and now I know that it's going to be Dick Wood to Fred Biletnikoff against a BG, which is a running defense. This is a pretty good defense to throw against. Roll both dice. We get a 13. 13 for Dick Wood is a 17, and a 17 is actually going to be complete. Wow, for 2 yards. Didn't see that coming. 17 is usually incomplete. So Dick Wood to Tom Flores. If you're wondering the software that I'm using, not Tom Flores, to Biletnikoff. If you're wondering what software I'm using, it's called Pro Football Helper. Just search it, you'll find it. It's a great program. You can do all your seasons on there. Keeps all your stats, all your standings. I love it. I wish I had the source code. There's a couple little changes I'd like to make to it. It looks like it's been written in Visual Basic, some kind of a forms, either C# forms or Visual Basic forms, and I know that pretty well. It's what I do for a living, actually. So unfortunately, I don't have the source code, but it's a great program. It's a fantastic program. All right, so we're going to 2nd down and 8 now. And on 2nd and 8, I'll just stay with a standard offense. I figure in the real NFL, on 2nd and 8, teams are either going to run or pass. There's no, if it's 3rd and 15, yeah, it's probably a pass. But in this case, I'm just going to go with a standard offense. And I'm going to get a 1. A 1 is going to be an inside run. So, put it back there. We'll roll 4 dice. 54, that's going to be your defense. 31 is your ball carrier. That's Clem Daniels. And he's a halfback 4. He's their number 1 running back. Although in this game, I think Hagberg had a few more yards than him. But in this case, it's going to be Clem Daniels. 54 on your defense. Now we go to this card because it's a run play. 54 is a BD. So we passed against a run defense, and now we're running against a pass defense. So Clem Daniels against a BD. A 42 for Daniels. That's an 18. And he's going to get 4 yards. Bring up 3rd and 4. So Daniels. Oh, he's down here for some reason. I don't know why. I tried to fix that. You guys didn't see that. I tried to fix that yesterday. He's down here in the defensive players for some reason. And it's because, this Pro Football Helper is done with text files. It's all text files. So I went into what I thought was the Oakland text files for 65, and I moved him up, and it didn't work. So I'm missing it somewhere. I don't know where. I don't know if it's not a big deal to me. I know where he's at, so it's okay. So we'll go 30 seconds. It's going to be 3rd and 4. Now, in 3rd and 4, I'm going to go short, what I call short pass heavy. So instead of standard offense, I'm going to roll my purple 20-sided die, and I'm going to say 1 through 15 is a short pass, and 16, 17, 18, 19 will be medium, and 20 is long. This is my short pass heavy play. And when I do that, I kind of assume in my head that now they have 3 receivers out there, maybe 4, which means the defense is going to go into a nickel or a dime. So they're going to move toward the pass, and I'll show you what that means. So we roll a 5. That'll be a short pass. All right, short pass. And now we've got a 44 for your defense. It's a good roll for defense. 44 is going to be a BD. And we have 15. So if I look at my locator sheet, Art Powell, he's there in the 15. So he's going to be our receiver, and he's an A. So I'm going to take that BD, and I'm going to move it from B to A. So you move. I don't know what the actual rules are. I've seen people do it differently, and I'm not sure. But anytime I get an A, I move in 1 slot to the left. And anytime I get a C, I move in 1 slot to the right. I don't touch B receivers at all. They stay where they're at. But in this case, I'm going to go from BD to AD. And if I had rolled like an AS, I would move it 1 slash toward the pass. So BS. I'm sorry, if I had rolled BS. BS would become A because of the receiver, and D because I called it a pass-heavy play. So that's kind of how I do it. And you'll see it maybe if depending on what happens next, you'll actually see that happen. So we're going to go from BD to AD here. And this is going to, we got 45 seconds left. So this is going to be Dick Wood to Art Powell. We're going to roll a 35. 35 is a 13. And that's, we have an F37. Holy cow. Right there, we have an F37. First quarter, F37. So we have a fumble. Now, I hate the way fumbles happen in this game. They seem to happen about 12 times a game for me. So I made a new rule that I just use on my own, where anytime a fumble comes up on an offensive play, it doesn't matter about the others. Only on an offensive play do I do this. I roll the 20-sided orange die. 1 through 4 means the fumble counts, and I check the result. 5 through 20 means the fumble doesn't count. So only 25% of the time, 20% of the time, do I take the fumble when it comes up on an offensive play, because, again, it happens way too much. So F37, so I'm going to roll this die, and we got us 18. So the fumble doesn't count. So now, to determine the result of the play, I'm going to go to the F37 column, and I'm going to roll the dice, and I get a 32. And it says 10, and I don't care about the 0-10 after. They would have recovered it. So it's just a 10-yard. It says 10-0-10. I just treat it as a 10-yard completion. And if it hadn't been negative, I would have called it a sack, something like that. So we'll go Dick Wood completes it to Bolitnikov. Was it Bolitnikov? No, it was Art Powell for 10. And that is going to make it 1st and 10 now for the Raiders at the 38. I'm going to go back to the standard offense. And I'm going to get a short pass. 13, 15. So we're going back to Art Powell. 13 is a CS. Now, because Art Powell is an A, I'm going to move CS to BS. But I'm going to leave the S alone because I called a standard offense. It could have been run. It could have been pass. And this should be the last play of the first quarter. So now we've got Dick Wood to Art Powell against a BS defense. Oh, an 11 for Wood. That's a 3. And he connects on a 20-yard completion. So Dick Wood, he's actually playing well here. One of my better quarterback plays so far in the 65 AOL or AFL AOL. We're going to end the first quarter with the Raiders up 6-0, and they're going to start 1st and 10, and they're going to cross the 50. They're going to get to the Chiefs 42, and Dick Wood is 6 of 12 for 116. I know he's got a long touchdown. So both quarterbacks now at 50%. That's a rarity for 1965 or 1958 or 1972. All right, so we'll stay in a standard offense, and we're going to go back to the run. We'll go inside run this time. It took me a little while to get used to everything, but once I did, I can buzz through. I mean, it takes me a long time to play a game. It takes me about 45 minutes per quarter now, so 3 hours to play a complete game, and, it's fun for me, so I'm okay with it. 63 on your pass. That's a BG. Oh, no, I went inside run. So 63 on your run. That's a CD. So we're running against a pass defense. 36 on your player. That's going to be Clem Daniels again. So Clem Daniels against a CG. Second quarter. And we get a 61. 61 is a 20. And 20 is no gain. So Clem Daniels stood up at the line of scrimmage and nailed for no gain. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. I'll go short pass heavy here. And I have other ones. I have a medium pass heavy. In my last game, I invented a long pass heavy. I have a short yardage where I like to bring out all the fat guys on both sides of the line of scrimmage and just power the ball. I also have an audible play that I don't really call very often, but it exists. I don't even remember the details of it right now. So we got a what did I say? Short pass heavy. We got a short pass. I think that's what I rolled. See, that's the thing. Memory, goldfish. I'm pretty sure I rolled a short pass there. I also don't care if I make mistakes. If I'm quick enough to be able to resolve it, I usually will. But once I get past it, it was a mistake. It happens. Whatever. I don't care. So 25 on your receiver is going to be Can He Rock? One of my favorite names in this game. It's a sentence. It's a question. Can he rock? Well, not yet he can't, but we'll see if he can this time. He's a C. 52 on your defense. That's a CG. And I went short pass heavy there, so I'm going to move CG to CS. Again, I'm not going to penalize the defense when the offense comes out in a passing situation. If they bring 3 receivers out, the defense is not going to play the run in that case. I'm going to move them over at least one spot to the S column in this case. So we're going to play CS. All right, so we're going to go Dick Wood to, I got to flip the short pass though. So again, CS. So Dick Wood to Can He Rock against a CS. 46 for Wood. That's a 19, and that'll be incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and 10 now. See, he can't rock. There he is. Can he rock? It's going to be 3rd and 10. We'll go medium pass heavy this time just to show you that one. Medium pass heavy means On the die, I'm going to go 1 through 8 is a short pass because, again, I assume quarterbacks in 3rd and long don't always throw it to the line of scrimmage. In fact, they rarely do. It drives me crazy sometimes. So I'm going to go 1 through 8 as a short pass. I'll go 9 to 19 as a long medium pass. 20 as a long pass. And we get a 4. So we're staying with that short pass. Okay, so we get a 36 for your defense, a 53 for your player. 53 is actually Clem Daniels. He's an A. He's our running back, but he's an A receiver. 36 is a BS. So I'm going to change this BS. I'm going to change the B to an A because our running back, our receiver, our targeted receiver is an A. But I'm going to change the S to a D because I call it a pass-heavy play. So we're going to go from BS to AD. And we're going to go Dick Wood to Clem Daniels. A 21 for Wood, and I'm sure that's incomplete. And yes, it is. And they can't get any farther than the where are we at? The 42. Now, this is where I have tough decisions that I have to make here. And we're at the 42. Now, I think in real life, you might see teams in 2025 go for it. Maybe not 4th and 10, but from the 42, I'm not kicking a 59-yard field goal. Kickers, the farther back you go, the worse kickers are. So I'm not even going to try a 59-yard field goal. So let's go ahead and punt. So for that, I'm going to get my old book, flip back to kickers. And we'll bring out Mike Mercer to do the punting. We get a 55. That's going to be a good punt. 55 is a 6. And that's going to be a touchback. Oh, he puts it through the end zone. Can't get it to drop out of bounds, and it just goes in the end zone. So we'll say 42-yard punt. And it's going to be 1st and 10 Kansas City now on their own 20. Down 6-0. And I'll flip to the Kansas City sheet now where I have, that whole thing set up for the players. And now for Kansas City, because they were 51-49 run to pass right there during the regular season in real life, everything is just 50-50 here. So the dice now becomes 1 through 5 inside run, 6 to 10 outside, 11 to 17 is a short pass, 18-19 is a medium pass, and 20 is a long pass. We'll go from there. And 16, so we're going to start with a short pass for Kansas City. Len Dawson has not been good. He's 5 of 10, only 36 yards. He has not been good in this game. Let's see. So we'll go here. Now, even though I flipped it to where Kansas City has the ball, I still do the dice in the same order. So black and then orange and then blue and green. And now 22 is this dice over here. They're not calling the defense anymore. They're calling the player. Whereas this one's now calling the defense. And in this case, the Raiders, they only have one defensive card. They have the -1. And that's because they're a 40, or the Chiefs are a 37, and the Raiders are a 36. It worked out to where I only need one defensive card for them. So that defensive card will call both runs and passes. So 62 is going to be an AS. And our receiver is 22. That's Chris Burford. He is their number 1 receiver. There he is. I'm going to put him down here too. Chris Burford. He's an A6. He's an EB3. He's our number 1 receiver as a 3 rating. So their offense, they make it to the Super Bowl a couple times, but not until like 67, 68, whenever that Super Bowl started is when they finally make it. So we'll go Len Dawson to Chris Burford. What did I roll? 62. I rolled an AS, so we're just going to leave it right at AS. I would have moved it to A, or if it was a C, I would have moved it to B. But because the defense was a AS, we just stay right at AS. So Dawson to Burford. I'll put the dice down there. 14 is never good. It's a 31, and we have incomplete pass, but we have a penalty. We have a flag down, so let's check that. 13. Now I typed out the penalties myself and printed them out. I put them on my wall over here just so I wouldn't have to flip in the book every single time. So 13 is a 6, and 6 is actually going to be holding on the defense 5 yards and an automatic first down. So the Raiders give the Chiefs 5 and a first down for holding. And it's going to be 1st and 10 now for the Chiefs on their own 25-yard line. And we'll stay with the standard offense. And we'll get an 8, so we're going to go outside run. You can see I have tabs on every page. And all they are these things here. In fact, I have a whole bunch of them over here that I bought. Yeah, dude, holy cow, I had so many. They're just these things. Oh, I have so many of them. Because the sticky goes away after a while. They're just these things here. Little Post-its. I got open ones here and here, and I got empty ones. I mean, full packages still, so I have a ton of them here. All right. All right, so we called a outside run. So 63, 12. So your defense is a 12. That's a CD. That's not very good. 63 is going to be Bert Cohn, and he's a halfback. So we're going to go CD, Bert Cohn on the outside run. And we get a 35 for Cohn. That's not bad. That's a 19, and he's going to get 4 yards. That's going to make it 2nd and 6 up to the 29-yard line. 13:15 to go in the second quarter, so we got a lot of time left. And that's going to be another outside run. And 52, that'll be Mac Lee Hill. And 56, that guy has 3 last names. Mac Lee Hill, wow. Okay. 56 is going to be an AS. All right, so Mac Lee Hill on the outside run. And we get a 36. That's a 22. And he gets 2 yards. Going to make it 3rd and 4. And I'll go ahead and go short pass heavy here for the Chiefs. All right, we get a 2. So we get a short pass. 55 on your player. That'll be Otis Taylor. And he's a B. It's him right there. He's a B. Which means I'm not moving to A. I'm not moving to C. We're just staying right where we are because he's a B receiver. He's average. 16 is going to be an AS. We'll make it an AD because I did go short pass heavy there. So it's an AD. So we're going to go Len Dawson to Otis Taylor with an AD. 24. 24 is 18, and that'll be incomplete. And this is how this game has gone so far, is just constant punts. And that makes me sad. I like offense. I want to see a 41-38 game every time. All right, so we're going to punt. We're going to bring out Gerald Wilson to punt. 13 for Wilson. That's a 6. And that is a 40-yard punt. And it's taken by D10, and D10 is your primary punt returner, and that's Claude Gibson. I went to high school with a guy named Claude. Everybody called him Guy. Information you probably didn't care about. All right, 41 on the return is a 27, so that's a fair catch. And Claude Gibson does not attempt to return it. Instead, he gives the Raiders a 1st and 10 on their own 29-yard line. 12:15 to go. And unless something new comes up, I'm going to start playing a little faster. And we'll talk through a few things. All right, so we get a 15. So we're sticking with the short pass here. A lot of high numbers coming up on that dice to give me passes. 15 on your defense. 33 is Clem Daniels. 15 is an AG. So Daniels against an AG. And you get a 55 for Clem. 16. And that is going to be... Whoa. Oh, I called short pass there, didn't I? Okay, I did that completely wrong. I do that every now and then. So let's do it again. 15 on your defense is actually going to be an AD. Okay. And then your receiver, 33, that's going to be Alan Miller. He's a C. He's a fullback. But we rolled a 55. And since he's a C, I'm going to move it to BD. We rolled a 55. 55 for Dick Wood is a 9. And that is going to be complete. And that's going to be a 5-yard gain from Dick Wood to Alan Miller. These names are so common. I don't know them. I wish I did. All right, 2nd and 5 down the 34 for the Raiders. And we get a 9. And 9 is going to be, for the Raiders, that's an outside run. (41) 46. So 46 is Alan Miller, man of the hour right now. 41 is AS. So Alan Miller against an AS. 46, that's a 24. And Miller, stuffed for no gain, brings up 3rd and 5. All right. We'll go short pass heavy. And we'll get a 9. 9 will be a short pass. $54. $55. $55 is Purvis Atkins. I don't know who that is. I don't know who any of them are, but Purvis Atkins, there he is. He's an EB2. He's our third string punt returner and kick returner. He's a C1, so he doesn't catch many passes. But he is a C. 54 on your defense is AG, and we're going to make this a BS. A to B because Atkins was a C, and D to S, G to S because I called a pass-heavy offense. I'm not going to penalize the defense and put him in a run defense. So, all right, so Wood to Atkins against a BS. 63 is never a good number, and in this case, it's a sack. And Dick Wood is going to get hit. He's going to lose 4 yards. Who got him? So I'm going to roll. I have my sheets over here. I'm going to roll on my Kansas City sack column right there. And we're going to get a 62. 62 is Bobby Bell. So the sack was Bobby Bell. Where are you at? There you are. And that's going to make it 4th and 9. And we've got our third punt since I turned the video on. 15. 15 for Mike Mercer is a 6. And a 6 is the exact same 40-yard punt we just had from Gerald Wilson of Kansas City. So 40 for Mercer. D10 is that's a 34. That's probably a penalty. TA is Willie Mitchell. 34 is a 35. And he gets 26 yards on the return, but we have a TQ. We have a penalty down. So let's cancel this. Check the penalty. 46. It's going to probably be holding. Yes, it is. It's going to be holding. So how do you do a holding on a punt return? Well, I have no idea. So I do it the way that I want to do it. So that was a 26-yard return. So I have a 20-sided die and a 6-sided die. I'm going to roll them both. We're going to say the penalty happened 16 yards into the return. So I'll give my who was it? Was it Claude? Or was it who was it? Was it she was getting the ball here? There we go. Chief. So it was Willie Mitchell. So I will give Willie Mitchell 16 yards. 15 seconds, but then I will call a 10-yard penalty for holding. And we'll just say that 16-yard spot of the 26 he got, that's where the holding happened. So we're going to penalize from the spot. And no first down marker in play. We'll call it holding. That's my rule. I think I've seen other people do that. I don't know what the rule is in real life. I'll have to pay attention next time. It happens in football. Who knows? All right, so that gives the Chiefs 1st and 10 on the 36. And we'll go with standard offense. And we will get a short pass. All right, a 46 and a 46. I love when that happens. 46 for the Chiefs is going to be Mac Lee Hill. He's a B. He's our fullback halfback, and he's a B. 46 on your defense is a BS, so we're going to leave it right at BS. So we'll go Lenny Dawson to Mac Lee Hill. 45, and that's going to be a 17, and that is incomplete. I haven't completed a pass yet in this game since I turned on the recorder this morning. Game takes a lot longer when you're doing it 15 seconds at a time, too. 2nd and 10 now. 10 minutes to go. They're on their own 36. Let's go run here. So I'll go with the big play that I like to call. Again, 2nd and 10. Let's just try to get some yards, make it a better 3rd down. Bring out the fat guys. And when I do that, 1 through 12 was an inside run. 13 to 16 is an outside run. And then 17 to 20 is like a play action pass where everybody's looking run, but they pass it. So in this case, I got a 7. 7 is an inside run. And we get a 55 and a 45. 45 is a BS, but again, because everybody's looking run, I'm going to move it to BG, which makes it a little tougher, but that's what happens on this play. If it was if I'd have rolled a 17 to 20, we'd be passing against the BG right now, which is always fun. 55 for your running back is Mac Lee Hill. So the fullback's going to go up the middle against a run defense. I'm going to roll a 51. That's a 16. And he's going to get 9 yards. He breaks through that first line of scrimmage and gets tackled in the secondary, makes it 3rd and 1, which I would like to say is easy, but the Chiefs had 3 shots at it yesterday when I played and couldn't get it. So we'll go big again. Let's try to get a first down here. And this time we roll an 11, so we're going to stay with the inside run. 62 this time. We're going to Burt Cone. And 62 again. Same again. That's on the defense. That's going to be an AS, and we'll make it an AG. And we'll go Burt Cone right up the middle. A 51, 2 times in a row. 17 for Cone. And that's good for 4 yards, and Burt Cone gets a first down. And that'll make it 1st and 10 now on the Chiefs' 49. 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. I did say earlier that Art Powell caught a 74-yard touchdown, 76-yard touchdown, something like that. And then I missed the extra point, which is why it's 6-0 and not 7-0. All right, so let's go standard offense. And we get a 5. So we're sticking with the run, the inside run here. It's working, so you might as well. 64, we're going back to Burt Cone, too. And then 61, that'll be a BS. This time I'm going to leave it at S because I didn't call it the big run-heavy play. I just call it standard offense. I don't move it on a standard offense. So BS, Burt Cone. 25 this time. 25 is a 17. So Cone gets 4 more. All right, 2nd and 6. They cross the 50, get to the Raiders 47. And let's stay standard here. No need to give away to the defense what we're doing. So we're sticking with a run. This one's an outside run. And 15, so we're going to go Curtis McClinton. 55 on your defense, though. That's an AG. So they're waiting for the run on this play. So it's an AG McClinton on the outside run. 65 is a 24, and 24 is no. Oh, he loses a yard. Wow. Yeah, so that's what that AG will do for you. Yeah, so he's going to lose a yard. So McClinton, -1. It's going to be 3rd and 7, so we got to go short pass heavy here. And we're going to get a 7. That's a short pass. Every now and then I'll put a draw play in if it's 3rd and long, because a lot of teams in the NFL, for some reason, on 3rd and 15, just give up and run a draw play. It's annoying. Anyway, so we got a short pass. So 45, 62. So 62 is going to be an AS, but because I went short pass heavy, I'm going to make it an AD. 45 is Frank Jackson. He's a B, so we'll stay right at AD. And we'll go Len Dawson to Frank Jackson. A 13, that's a 17, and I still haven't completed a pass since I turned on the video. And that's going to be incomplete, and we're going to bring the punter out again. And wow, this is getting rough. So we're going to punt from the 48, try to pin him deep, play field position here, bring out Gerald Wilson. 62, and that's a 6, and that's a touchback. So Gerald Wilson cannot keep the ball from going in the end zone here. So what are they at, the 48? Yes, it's a 48-yard punt. These old school punters, their cards are interesting because if you look at like Gerald Wilson here. Wait, I did that wrong. Oh, was I on the wrong side of the 50? Did I get that wrong? Undo. Yes. No, I must have clicked 46 by mistake. Do that again. 48. And then I'll show you Wilson's card. So, there we go. Look at Wilson's card. It's basically there's no K column specified, so that's what you use. You use the K column. And it's basically 486, 486, 486, 10, 486, 486. And there's a lot of 6s on there, and when you're inside the 50, a 6 is a touchback. So that's what we do. All right, so 1st and 10 on the 20 now for the Raiders. Their 3rd drive, the 5th drive overall, their 3rd drive since I opened up this video. And we'll go standard. And we'll get a 16, so we're going to go short pass. 66, the defense is ready for it. That's a CD. 42 for the Raiders. That is Freddie Bolitnikoff. He's a B, so we're going to stay at CD. CD is the hardest one to pass against. We'll go Dick Wood to Bolitnikoff. 51 for Wood. That's an 11, and that is incomplete. Just off the fingertips of Bolitnikoff. but incomplete. I'm still not sure. I don't think I've completed a pass, have I? I don't think I have. All right, 2nd and 10. Let's go medium pass heavy. Let's mix it up a little bit here. It's going to be a 1, so we're going to stay short pass. So the dice always overrule me with what I want to call. 51 this time. 51 is going to be Clem Daniels. He's an A. 31 is a CS, so we're going to make this a BD. No, BD because I went medium pass heavy. So we go from C to B and S to D. So we'll go Dick Wood to Clem Daniels. We're going to roll a 56. It's a 20, and we are going to stay incomplete. So I still haven't completed a pass. It's going to be a party when I finally complete a pass here. That was Daniels. Down here for some reason. Right there. Incomplete. All right, 3rd and 10. Got to go short pass heavy this time. 5. So we're sticking with that short pass. 3 plays in a row. Are we going to go 3 and out on 3 incomplete passes? 41. That's going to be Blitnikoff again. He's a B. 56 is a BS. We'll just make it a BD. And we'll go Dick Wood to Blitnikoff. 61. And that's going to be incomplete. I'm actually starting to get a little annoyed. I hate these games. I hate when these games are boring like this. I want action. All right, so we're going to punt. We're going to bring Mike Mercer for the 3rd time. 24 for Mercer. That's an 8. And he kicks it 41 yards. It'll be taken by D10. All right, so it's going to be at the 39-yard line in Kansas City, and it's going to be Willie Mitchell on the return. We get a 63, and we might have got something interesting. We just got a 34, and a 34 is an F3. So Willie Mitchell is going to fumble. So let's see what the return looks like. All right, so F3, 55. And that is a 29-yard return. And then it's going to be picked up by 011. So who was 011? I never can remember if it's offense or defense. So in this case, it's picked up by the kicking team. So he returns at 29 yards. So Mitchell, but then he's going to fumble, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. No, I'm sorry, by the Raiders. Boom. So continue. Who is 011? Dropped my keyboard. Sorry. I don't need my keyboard today. I'll fix that later. All right. So punt coverage, according to these charts that I got on Ogard's site, 011 is the punter. So he returns it 29 yards, and it's going to be picked up by the punter, and that would have been fumble return. Oakland. That would have been Mike Mercer. So Mike Mercer going to try to return it. 25 for Mercer. That's a 21. And that is no gain, but the Raiders catch a break. They recover the fumble. Mercer's jumped on right there, but they're going to get it 1st and 10 on their own 32. So they're starting their 4th drive now. 6:45 to go in the 2nd quarter. And we get an 11. 11 will be a short pass. Of course it will be. 36, 35. So 35. That is Alan Miller, the fullback. He's a C. 36 is BS, so we'll make this a CS. And we'll go Dick Wood to Alan Miller. 46. 46 is a 19, and a 19 is, you guessed it, incomplete. And that's going to make it 2nd and 10 now on their own 32. And let's go big. Let's go running play here. We roll a 17, so it's going to be a short pass. So it's going to be a short pass, but it's going to be against the run defense. So imagine the quarterback taking it. He's going to play action. He's going to roll out. And he's going to look for Clem Daniels, the running back, who's an A. 45 against a pass. That is a BS. We're going to make this an AG. And that's a great defense to pass against. So we're going to go Dick Wood, play action to Daniels. Then he's going to look for Daniels. A 32. Oh, it was all set up so good, and then I roll a 32. That's a 20, and it's going to be incomplete. Oh, guys, you picked a rough one here. I've had a couple rough ones with this 65 AFL set. There have been some good ones, but I've had a couple of pretty rough ones too. I'm going to play probably either Cleveland, Washington next or Baltimore, Minnesota. Those are my next two games from 65. So we got some good offensive stars in that game. I'm looking forward to getting to them. But right now, we're going to get past this mess. 3rd and 10. It's 12. It'd be nice if I could roll some doubles. That's the problem, is I haven't really rolled anything good. So 12, that'll be a short pass. 43. 23, that'll be Art Powell. He's an A. 43 is CG, and we're going to make it BG. I went short pass heavy, so BS. So now we're going to go Wood to Art Bell, or Art Powell, whatever his name is. 45 is a 17, and a 17 is incomplete. And I'm pretty sure I have not completed a pass since I turned this on. At one point, he was 7 of 14, and Len Dawson was 5 of 13. I've gone, I think, 0 of 11 since then. So Wood, Art Powell. I don't think it's the way that I play, because there are a lot of teams that have good passing games. I think it's once the newer you get, the more recent you get, the better the quarterbacks are. Back then, 50% was probably really great, whereas here, you'd probably be cut pretty quick. So, all right, so let's keep it going here. We'll go 4th and 10. So we got a punt. So Mike Mercer's going to punt for the 4th time in this quarter. 23. Oh, this time he's 23 is a 25. That's a bad punt. He kicks it 25 yards, and it's just going to roll out of bounds. So the Chiefs are going to have great starting position. It'll make it better for them when they have to punt. All right, so it's 1st and 10 Chiefs now on their own 43. Still 6-0. Still nothing happening here. And let's go medium pass heavy for Len Dawson. I'm probably going to replace him in the 3rd quarter just because, what's his name? Pete Beathard got some pass attempts in, and Dawson was 3 of 16. He's 5 of 13 in my game, so it's pretty reality-like. All right, so let's go inside run. Actually, one, I said medium pass heavy, didn't I? So one is actually a short pass. I can't get away from this short pass every play. What makes it worse is the defense is going to be looking for it this time. 64 is a CS. I'll make it a CD. 45 is Frank Jackson. He's a B, so I'll stay at CD. That's a terrible defense to have to pass against. Len Dawson, and that's a 24, and that's an 18, and you guessed it. That's incomplete. Stick with me on this one. Stick with me so we can celebrate the first completed pass together. 2nd and 10 now on the 43 for the Chiefs. Let's go big. Let's run the ball here. 5. 5 will be an inside run. Len Dawson may not make it to the 3rd quarter. Oh, look at all those 6s. So 66 for our ball carrier. That'll be Burt Cohn. And 61 for your defense. That is a BS. I'm going to make it a BG since I called a big dice roll there. So Burt Cohn inside run against a big one. 63. Oh, 63 is a 33. We have an F25. That's the 3rd fumble in this quarter. That's what I'm talking about. That's an average of 12. And I'm not even done with this quarter yet, so that's why I don't like fumbles. All right, so F25. So let's roll for it. 1 through 4, the fumble counts. 5 through 20, it doesn't. And we get a 6. That fumble will not count. So let's go to F25. $26. And Burt Cohn is going to get 5 yards on the run. So run. Burt Cohn gets halfway to a 1st down. That's going to make it 3rd and 5 now. And I'm going to go standard offense here. Maybe Lenny Dawson doesn't have to throw it. And I'm going to get a short pass. Of course I am. All right, it's a short pass. But the defense doesn't know. We're basically in a 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, tight end set here. So the defense doesn't know a pass is coming. That's what the standard offense does for you. 63. That'll be Frank Pitts. He's a C. I have no idea who he is. There he is. Oh, he's an EB1 C1. That's not a very good player, but we're throwing to him. He's a C. 41. 41 on your defense is an AS. We're going to make this a BS. We're going to lend Austin to Frank Pitts. 41. Guess what that is? Oh, 24. That's an interception. That's a W58. That is my first interception of the game. And I'm excited because something actually happened. So W58, 33. And that is a 47-yard pass play. It's going to be intercepted at the 1-yard line by the Raiders. Oh, no. So Lenny Dawson to Frank Pitts for 47, right? Oh, no, they're on their own 48. So it's going to be intercepted at the 3-yard line. Let's see who got it for the Raiders. Now, on the board, obviously, on the board there are, in the basic game, what did I roll? 33? Right there. In the basic game, 33 is 47 D9. You can use D9 as your interceptor, but I do the ratings. I do the locator ratings. So there's my interception ratings right there for all the guys who had W ratings. So let's roll to see who got it. We roll a 25. 25 is going to be Bobby Bell. So Bobby Bell for Kansas City. Oh, I'm sorry. I did that wrong again. 25 for the Raiders is Gus Otto. No idea who Gus Otto is, but let's take a look at him. Gus Otto. There he is. He's a linebacker 3. He's a W4. He's got some low numbers there on his return, so he must have returned some for some yards during the season. 32, unfortunately, is a horrible roll. 17. He's actually going to get 40 yards on the return, though. Okay. So he's going to get him out of there. Picks it off at the 5. I said 3. Math is hard. So it's going to be Gus Otto, not Jim Otto. And he's going to get 40 yards on the return. And now Oakland will take over. I believe they're 5th, maybe even their 6th drive, but they're 1st and 10 now on their own 45. And Lenny Dawson may not even see the end of the second quarter. Holy cow, is he bad. And he's a 4. That's what I don't understand. Why is a quarterback 4? Look at that. Why does a quarterback 4 have such a poor... it's probably because I'm rolling bad dice rolls, but it's still a bit frustrating. All right, so we'll go standard offense for the Raiders. And that's an 8. So that's an outside run. So that's probably a good thing. I can't wait to complete a pass. I'm going to be so excited. All right, 23. That was a 2. 23 is your running back. Your defense. 25 is Clem Daniels. 23 is going to be a CG or CD. So we're going to run against the pass defense. 34. 34 is a 35. That's 6 yards, but we have a penalty. We have a penalty. Ooh, I just got an alert that Dave Gardner is getting ready to play some football. Oh, I know what I'm watching after I'm done here. I love it. All right. So we have a 6 yards, but we have a penalty. We have a TE. 61. 61 is a 2. And that is a delay of game on the offense. So that's going to back them up and make it harder to get a first down. So penalty, 5 yards against the Raiders. On a delay of game, the play never actually happened. So if there had been like an interception or a fumble or whatever, it never happened because of the delay of game. Delay of game and false starts are the only 2 plays where that kind of happens. It's going to make it 1st and 15 now for the Raiders. Back on their own 40. 4.5 to go. Let's go short pass heavy. And we get a 12, and that is the ever-elusive short pass. $26. Oh, the defense is waiting for it. There's a 66. That's a CD. 26 is going to be Ken Rock. And he's a C, so we'll stay right at CD. Dick Wood to Ken Rock. 12. 12 is a 20. Oh, it's incomplete. I thought we had another interception. But Dick Wood, I might pull both quarterbacks at halftime. Wow. Incomplete. And it's going to be 2nd down and 15. Let's go medium pass heavy. And we get a 11. That'll be a medium pass. Maybe this will be the time that I actually roll doubles. 62 and 64. 64 is Roger Hagberg He is the running back. He's a C. 62 is AS, and we're going to make this a BD. So we're going to go Wood to Hagberg. A 44. We rolled doubles. Do we have it at completion? It's an 8. And oh my God, no. Oh no, it's an incomplete pass. Look at that. That right there. That incompletion right in the center right there. Oh man, 1 through 7 was a completion, and we get an incomplete pass. And that's another one. Let's see if I can figure it out. We were 7 of 14, and we were 5 of 10, I'm pretty sure. So that means we are officially 0 for 14, I think is what it is, on passing. 3rd and 15. Got to go medium pass heavy this time. And we get an 11. That'll be another medium pass. And a 61, a 62. 62 is Billy Cannon. He's a C. 61 is BS. We'll make this a CD. Oh, great. And here we go. 15. That's going to be incomplete. It's a 9. It's incomplete. All right. I'm going to pull both quarterbacks right now because I'm annoyed with them. So we're going to go from Lenny Dawson down to Pete Beathard. That's a 2 drop. And we're going to go from Dick Wood to Tom Flores. No drop there. So since we dropped 2, that means their defense goes from -1 to +1. Let me get the +1 card out of here. The Kansas City defense stays the same because there's no drop in rating for Oakland's quarterbacks. All right. So it's going to be 4th and 15. Let's bring out Mike Mercer to punt for the 42nd time this game. 26. 26 is an 8. Where are we at? We're on the 40. Okay, so it's an 8. And it's going to be a 41-yard punt taken by D10. So 41 for Mike Mercer. Taken by D10. That's going to be Willie Mitchell. 44 for Mitchell. Oof. That's a 9. And that is a 17-yard return for Mitchell. Nice job. 17. They're going to take over. There's 3.5 to go. First down 36. We're going to dive right into the deep. We're going to throw Pete Beathard into the deep end here. His card's got to be worse than Dawson's, but I mean, Dawson is 5 of 15 for 36 yards and an interception. So we're going to go ahead and go medium pass. Let's go short pass heavy. And we get a long pass. We get a 20. So he's going for it on the first play. The defense will never see it coming. All right, 41. Who's he throwing to? He's throwing to Frank Jackson, who's a B. He's an EB3. He's a wide receiver 3. 43 on the defense. Oh, it's a CG. So we're going to make it a CS. And that's not very good. I'm pretty much going to have to roll an 11 or a 66 here. So here we go. And I rolled a 51. 51 is a 17. That is god-awful, and that's incomplete. So Beathard to who? Jackson. Incomplete. I know you're used to seeing that. Guys, it'd be amazing if I go this whole quarter without a complete pass. The closest I came to that was when I played with the Boston Patriots a couple weeks ago. They went the entire first quarter they had 0 total yards. And Babe Perilli was just as bad as these guys. All right, 2nd and 10. Let's go short pass, Evan. And it's a short pass. All right, 11. So we're going to throw to Chris Burford, and he's an A. And 55 on the defense, though. They're ready for it. That's going to be an AD, and we'll leave it right at AD. So we're going to go Beathard to Burford. A 26. Oh, that's a 20, and that is going to be, you guessed it, incomplete. All right, 3rd and 10 now on the 36. Got to go short pass heavy here. 20. I'm not going long again. All right, we'll go 3. That's the only overrule I do of the dice is I'm not throwing a lot of long passes because The completion percentage already stinks, and that would just make it worse. So we're going to go short pass here. 52 and 22. So the defense is ready. It's BD. 52 is Mac Lee Hill. He's a beast, so we'll stay right at BD. And we'll go Beathard to Mac Lee Hill. 43. That's awful. That's a 28. He's going to get sacked. -4. So Beathard goes backwards. He comes in. They go 3 and out. The sack is going to be Ben Davidson for the Raiders. There he is. And we're going to be down to 2.5 to go, and we can mercy kill the second quarter, get it over with. Let's go ahead and punt. Bring out Jarrell Wilson. 52. 52 is an 8. And I believe that is going to be 41 D10. All we've seen are 6s and 8s on these punts. So 41 D10 for this one. And who's going to return it? It's going to be Claude Gibson. A 64. That's a 25. And Gibson gets nothing. And the Raiders are going to start their 7th drive, maybe, of this quarter. Back on their own at 27. We'll go short pass heavy. Brought in Tom Flores, the eventual coach of the Raiders. It's going to be a short pass. 52 on your defense is a CG. I'll make it a CS. 56 is Purvis Atkins. He's a C, so we'll stay at CS. And we'll go Flores to Atkins. 42. 13. We have an F-37s. We have our 4th fumble. Does it count? Yes! It counts. F-37. So on Tom Flores' first play, he throws, or he fumbles. Somebody fumbles. We don't know if it's him or the receiver. 15. And that is a 9-yard completion from Flores. And it says 9 out of bounds. So it's just a fumble out of bounds. So Flores to who? 56. 56 is Purvis Atkins, him. So it's going to be 9 yards. And I'll just go view all. We'll go fumble. Do I have a fumble out of bounds? No. So we'll go here. Atkins. And then we'll say on the fumble return, we'll just say the ball rolls 0 yards, last controlled by Oakland. And I can't remember if I put 15. I don't think I put 15 on there. So 15 is going to be the 2-minute warning. That's going to make it 2nd and 1 for the Raiders on the 36. So that was a completed pass. Oh, my God. That was a completed pass, guys. Whew. All right. So Tom Flores comes in and goes 1 for 1. I feel like I should just quit now. All right. So 2nd and 1. We're going to short pass heavy. And we're going to get short pass again. 22. I'm going to try something new, by the way. I've been trying to figure out how to do a hurry-up offense. I don't want to use – I saw something on Ogard's site that was super detailed, and I don't really want to use that because I don't want to take the time to deal – I'm already over an hour. I don't want to add more time to this thing. So what I'm going to do is on a completed pass, when there's 2 minutes to go or less in the 2nd or 4th quarter, on a completed pass that doesn't get out of bounds, and if they don't have any timeouts left, they don't want to use the timeout, then – they can say they're going to spike the next one, and that completed pass is only 15 seconds and not 30. And then the spiked is 0. And now it's going to be, if it's 1st down and 10, they gain 7. They're spiking the next one. It's 15 seconds off the clock for the 1st down, 0 off the clock for the spike, but now it's 3rd and 3. That's kind of how I'm going to do this. That's if they can actually complete another pass. So 2nd and 1, we rolled a short pass. 14 is going to be Art Powell. He's an A. 22 on the defense, though. That is a BD. We'll make this an AD. And we'll go Flores to Art Powell. 51. That's an 11. And we have another completed pass. It's 5 yards. And I'm going to do exactly what I just said. So Flores to Art Powell. 5. And I'm going to go 15 seconds instead of 30. Actually, they have timeouts left. They have timeouts. So we're going to use their timeouts. So we'll go 30 seconds. And then we'll go timeout for the Raiders. And it's going to be 1st and 10 now, and they're 41. So they actually made a 1st down. They completed a couple passes. Let's go medium pass heavy. Let's get greedy now. So it's going to be a short pass. All right, 62. Whoa. Sorry about that. 62. We still on? Yeah. And 15. So 15 is Art Powell again. 62 is an AS. We'll just make this an AD. And 52 for Flores. Oh, it's a 24, and he throws an interception. W58. 52. 14 yards on the interception. So Flores to Powell again, but it's going to be how many? 15? What did I roll? 52. 14. 14 yards. Intercepted. Who got it for the Chiefs? 32 is Willie Mitchell. He's also our punt return. He's a cornerback 3. So Willie Mitchell with the interception. 66 for Mitchell, and oh my God, that is a 1. 66. So it doesn't specify a column up there, so I always use the R column, and that is a 1. And I don't even have to look. That is a touchdown. And Willie Mitchell goes 55 yards on the pick 6. And he takes it home, and Kansas City ties the score 6-6 on an improbable play here. Kansas City does not deserve to win this game, but really neither do the Raiders. 42 on the extra point for Tommy Brooker. That's a 19, and 19 is always good. So that makes it 7-6 Chiefs. They have 78 yards of total offense. They are 5 of 17 passing. They have 42 yards rushing. They have 5 first downs. And they're winning 7-6. Let's kick off. 11. So now the big numbers are coming. 11 is going to be a 9, actually. What a change right there. So 11 is a 9. That is going to be 59 yards. It's taken by our secondary kick returner. So Brooker for 59. It'll be taken by our OB, and that's Claude Gibson. 56 for Gibson. 29 is not good. That's going to be a 6-yard return. So he gets him out to the 12. And at this point, I can't imagine they would actually... Well, they got timeouts left, so maybe. What do we got? A minute 15. Let's run one medium pass heavy and just see what happens here. So 13 will be a medium pass, and they're on their 12. $55, 43. So 43 is Frank. Oh no, 43 is Freddie Biletnikoff. He's a B. 55 for the Chiefs, though, is a BD. So they're looking for it. They're looking for that pass. So we're going to go Flores to Biletnikoff. A 51. That's an 11, and that is going to be incomplete. And I think they're going to go ahead and take a couple of knees here. You know what? In real life, maybe, but in my game, a 66 changes things. So let's go medium pass heavy again. And we're going to get another medium pass heavy. 43, 25. So 25 is going to be Can He Rock? He's a C. 43 is a CG. We'll make it CS. And we'll go Flores to Biletnikoff. Or no, Can He Rock? 22 for Flores. That's a 6, and that's going to be good for 16 yards. So Flores, padding his stats right now to Can He Rock? He can, apparently. 30. How much time we got left? So let's make it 45 seconds. We'll call timeout for Oakland. Let's run one more medium pass play and see what we can do here. You got another timeout left, so they got a shot. All right, we get a 12. That'll be a medium pass. 12 on the defense. 35. 35 is Alan Miller, the fullback. So it's going to be, the fullback comes up. You don't normally see a fullback on a medium pass. So I like to think that he couldn't find anyone. He's just going to dump it to the outlet guy who happens to be the fullback and see if he can make a play. 12 is a CG. We'll make it a CS. And we'll go Flores to the fullback. 33 this time. That's a 3. That's 29 yards, and he gets out of bounds. All right, so Flores. They still got a timeout left, too. Alan Miller for 29. Down to 30 seconds. They're up to 43. We got a 60-yard field goal try, maybe. Let's go medium pass heavy again. And we're going to get a short pass this time. So unless something happens, they might get a field goal try out of this. All right, 24. 56. 56 is Purvis Atkins. He's a C. 24 is a BS. We'll make this a CD and make it really complicated. So we're going to go Flores to Atkins. A 13. That's a 16. That'll be incomplete. And that's going to make it second down with 15 seconds left. We're going to go ahead and try the 60-yard field goal here. It's going to be Gene Mingo coming out. Here we go. So it's a 60-yarder. We're going to get a penalty. 54. That's a 36. And that is going to be blocked. Oh, my. That is blocked, but we have a TM. So let's check the penalty first. 61. 4. That's a false start on the offense. The play never happened. And I don't think I want to try a 65-yard field goal. So we're going to 5-yard penalty, false start on the offense. And we'll go, no, you know what? Usually I would go 15 seconds off the clock. But, they called timeout on the previous play. The clock wouldn't actually be running here. So I'm going to go 0 just to make it interesting. So we got a second 15. Let's go, let's do that long pass heavy play. Long pass heavy. 1 to 15 is a long pass. 16 to 20 is medium. And we get a 1. So we're going to go long pass. Oh, my God. If this is completed, I'm going to be so happy. Where are you at, long pass? There you are. 30 to 50. Long pass. So the Raiders basically trying to Hail Mary. They put themselves into position for it. 13 is a defense. 33, that'll be Alan Miller again, the fullback again. 13 is CS. We'll make this a CD. Oof. We're going to make it really, here, I'll just show you. We're going to make this really tough. There are literally only 3 completions on there. Flores has a 3 at 11 and a 2 at 66. He has a 3 at 33. So we got 1 out of 12 here. We got a 1 out of 12 chance, about an 8% chance to complete this for a touchdown. Actually, a 3 isn't far enough for a touchdown. So we have a 1 out of 66 or 1 out of 36 chance for a touchdown. 3 out of 36, 1 out of 12 for a completion. So here we go. Ready? Here we go. Oh, wait. Did I roll a defense yet? Yeah. And who was our receiver? It was the fullback, Alan Miller. Oh, 26. That's an 18, and that is picked off. W69. So let's see what happens with this. W69, 22. This is a pretty ugly game. So W69, nice. 22. 49 yards. So it's picked off in the end zone. So it's a 49. What did I do? Sack. I meant to do pass. There we go. So that's going to be Flores to Miller. 49 yards. Intercepted in the end zone by who? 13. That is Bobby Bell. And he's going to get a return. There he is. Yeah, he's a good player. He's a 5 linebacker, W5 QS4. And look at that. You see those ones? I see 5 of them. I see some ones. So if I roll some doubles here, we might have an interesting situation. 42 is an 18, and he's going to get 20 yards on the return, and the half is going to come to an end. And holy cow, was that brutal. Hey, but I appreciate you staying with me all the way to the end. If you stayed with me, give me a like, give me a comment, give me something to know that you made it to the end. Because, that was rough. But it's going to be Kansas City 7, Oakland 6 at the end of the first half. And I'm going to try to play the second half at some point tomorrow or Friday. I'm going to be gone for the weekend, so not much for me in the next 5 days or so. But I don't know. Let me know that you got to the end. Thanks for watching, everyone. I appreciate it. Hope you like how I play. If you don't like how I play, give me some suggestions. What am I doing wrong? What should I do different? I'm always open to that. I'm changing my rules every week. So let me know how it goes, and I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks again for watching.